Hi guys, welcome to Brass Bootcamp. This is the fourth video in the single tonguing and accuracy series. So this is the last week. All the rhythms this week involve a 6/8 time signature. So how I've structured this last week, we're going to go back one stage slightly. So we're going to start off with some really nice slow rhythms. This is just to get your mindset into accuracy mode. The first few days, the exercises are quite easy, but again, we need to make sure after playing the faster exercises last week, we can still play slowly whilst maintaining accuracy. The first day, we've got just a few quaver exercises in 6/8 to get our heads back into accuracy mode. Again, think no split notes, good ta-ta-ti tongue position, accurate tonguing to start each note, even sound throughout the range, and super accurate rhythm. So this is the first exercise on Monday, which is exercise number 28. Nice and accurate, no split notes, nice centered, even tone on each one, crisp to start each note. Same thing for number 29, which is the other exercise on Monday. Tuesday's exercises number 30 and 31. Number 30, nice and easy again. And then we start getting slightly more difficult when we get on to the next exercise. So this is number 30. So nice and accurate, same things apply, even tone, crisp tonguing. So in 31, we've got our rhythm. It's the Superman rhythm. Superman, Superman, ta, 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 ta. Or 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 if we're counting in quaver beats. So this is a bit of number 31. This is quite a long exercise, so being able to play the whole thing accurately with no splits or no wrong notes and no mispitching is actually a lot more difficult than you think because it's such a long exercise. So I'll play just the start of it. This is actually one of the first exercises in this whole calendar that has any slurred notes in it, so just watch out for those and make sure they're nice and contrasting. So moving on to Wednesday's exercises, number 32 and 33. This is where it starts getting a little bit more tricky and your accuracy mindset is going to really matter. If you've seen a lot of my videos on my double and triple tonguing calendar, then the second week of the triple tonguing applies very similarly to exercise number 32. Those of you who've not seen that video, go and check it out. I'll give you a brief overview of what I'm saying now. So basically when you've got these tor-ti-ti, 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 so a tor to a ta or a tor to a ti, things, which is basically tune and accompaniment. You want the bottom note to pop out nicely, and then you want the high notes to be slightly quieter but still super accurate all the way through. How do we achieve that? It's all about smooth breathing, and all the work is being done by our tongue position. Going from a tor to a ti or a tor to a ta, when you're in a lower tongue position, you let a little bit more air through, so the note's going to be naturally a little bit louder. And it also means that you're not having to change your air speed to make those intervals because it's quite a fast piece. And if you have to change your air all the time, then the chance of you mispitching is quite high. I'm going to play the first bit of number 32. So you should hear the low note as the tune and the high notes as the accompaniment. So you can hear that tune. If you need to get the pitch of that tune in your head, you can just play. So that same concept happens all the way through the piece. It just changes what note you're playing, and that tune stays very similar all the way through the piece as well. So what you're thinking about? Accurate tonguing, really rhythmical tonguing. All the movement of the pitch is being done by your tongue position, and you're trying to keep your embouchure as still as possible and your airflow as smooth and as consistent as you can. Number 33, we've got some semi-quaver rhythms, so a little bit faster. Here's a bit of that one. Again, faster tonguing, getting your pitching in the right place, making sure it's nice and accurate. Thursday's exercises, more of the same thing, more semi-quavers being introduced. So, a bit of number 34. 35, same rhythm, but instead of having one of the semiquaver rhythms, you've got two of them. Now we're getting these faster tonguing patterns. You should have been practicing your single tonguing for over 3 weeks by now, so the speed of your tonguing should have got a little bit quicker. But again, if you need to play these exercises slower to maintain the accuracy, that's what it's all about. So don't start rushing these exercises and playing them too fast. The main goal is the crispness of our single tonguing, and most importantly is the accuracy. So no split notes, no fuzziness of the sound. We're after everything to be really crisp and clear. Once it's accurate, then you can move the speed on. But if you try and move the speed on too early when the accuracy isn't there, it'll not work, and you'll just end up wasting time practicing when you just slowed it down, got it accurate, then making it faster is much more of an easy process. So Friday's exercises, longer strings of semiquavers. If you need to slow the exercises down, then that's what you need to do. Start it slow, speed it up, maintain the accuracy. So this is a bit of 36. So smooth airflow, longer strings of semiquavers. Watch out in the fourth bar, you've got to get your tongue and fingers nicely coordinated. Fingers always follow your tongue in. So the last exercise before the weekend is exercise number 37. Very similar to 36, just the semiquavers are in a different part of the bar. So we've come to the last day of our 4-week calendar, so hopefully you'll have been practicing accuracy, making sure your single tonguing is super crisp and clear, and your split note count hopefully should have decreased throughout the 4 weeks, and also hopefully your speed of your tonguing should have also increased as well. This is the final test, the weekend of the 4th week. Exercise 38. It's in 6/8, it's got the dotted quaver semiquaver rhythm, and it's that double speed rhythm, so it's nice and quick. I'll play you a little bit of it, I'll talk you through some of the pitfalls, and hopefully give you some advice on how to improve this piece. So, this is the final test, number 38. The tricky things in this piece are, if you look on the second line, or actually the second and third line, you've got those big intervals. Getting those even, getting the tune to pop out and having those high notes nice and accurate is quite hard. Also, you've got to move your fingers really, really quickly as well. What's the most difficult thing? Probably getting your fingers and your tongue in coordinated. That's where most of your sort of mental energy needs to go. So if you can minimise what you're thinking about throughout the rest of your playing, then you'll spend more of your time focusing on the thing that actually matters. Like I always say, if you blow really smoothly, then you don't have to think about your breathing because it's always smooth and it's always consistent. You shouldn't really need to change the speed of your air to play that sort of middle section of this piece. So just a nice consistent breathing. If you can do that, then you can forget about your breathing and then you can focus on other things. The next thing is your tongue position. To, ti-to, 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 ti-to. It's that same pattern over and over again. Earlier in the week, you'll have practiced that pattern. If you need to go through it really slowly, just to get your tongue position in the right place, then you can forget about that as well. Breathe smoothly, use your tongue position for the intervals, and then you can make sure your brain power is being used to get the coordination there as well. Make sure your fingers follow your tongue in, and that should help. If I play that little section, a part of that section slowly, breathing smooth, to, ti-to, ti-to, so I've got that tongue position thing sorted as well, and then I can focus on my fingers, and none of my mental energy has been wasted on the basics. One more thing which you shouldn't need to think about is your embouchure. Your embouchure, I'm trying to keep it rock solid. It might move by accident, but I'm trying to keep it the same as I possibly can. Your embouchure stays the same, your breathing stays the same, and your tonguing pattern, to, ti-to, ti-to, stays the same. So those three things you can sort of put to one side, and then you can focus your energy on the other things. Once you've practiced this piece, and you don't have to think about your fingers, you don't have to think about anything else. Then all your efforts can be, is it musical? Am I sort of put into musical shape? Because this is quite a melodic piece. It doesn't want to be robotic in the musical sense. Technique-wise, yes, definitely. All the notes need to be really crisp. The accuracy needs to be there. That needs to be robotic. But then you need to play in a musical style without compromising your technique. So I hope you've enjoyed this 4-week single tonguing and accuracy sort of calendar. Hopefully your tonguing's improved. Hopefully the selected highlights of exercises out of the Arban has made it slightly more accessible to you, and the way that it starts off easy and gets more difficult has sort of give you like a structured way to practice your tonguing, and hopefully that's improved it. If you've not seen my double and triple tonguing calendars, then go and check those out. That's a 4-week practice calendar as well, which goes through double and triple tonguing. A lot of the same things apply. Before you go and do your double, triple tonguing, then you need to make sure your single tonguing's good. Once you've finished this calendar, go and check out my double and triple tonguing videos, and you can work through those as well. Hopefully after that you'll have really good articulation, and conductors in your band or ensemble will never be moaning about your crispness or your rhythm or your note lengths. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.